was chicken chow mein, hot take, that's the best kind of chow mein, and crispy shredded beef, chili crispy shredded beef, and there was actually a bit of pineapple and onion from the sweet and sour Hong Kong style, or no, it was Cantonese style, and I like to put the sweet and sour sauce from that on the noodles, makes them a little less dry. But we've got this today. I apologise if the fan is too loud in the back, but it's just so hot. I have to keep my window closed because there's a lot of spidey spiders that like to come in at this time of the year, and I had a big fat one jump in that, like, just literally fell through the window and onto the radiator, and well, if I hadn't captured it at that point, or I noticed, it probably would have slipped down the radiator and vanished, and it was a big fat boy. So I like to keep my windows shut, unfortunately, now, so the fan is a necessary requirement for my survival. I've digressed enough. Let's get into some eating. I didn't really have an idea of a topic I wanted to talk about. There's a lot that I want to chat about, but I want to have a little think about them first. Maybe make a few notes. So I literally just looked up 20 questions to ask your friends and family about during a mukbang. So I just looked up the quickest thing, and hopefully that'll give something to talk about. So I'm gonna take a first little bite here first. Oh, and I'm using chopsticks because I'm pretentious. I might have to move this mic down a little bit. Wait, I'm trying to find the best position. There's a little bit of both in there. Oh, you know, whenever I order food, I don't go for a Chinese. Usually, I'm much more impartial to an Indian. But I gotta say, the Chinese in the place I'm living at the moment is it's kind of unrivaled. So here's one. Well, this doesn't really work very well, but let's go with this. How did you get started in the YouTube community? Well, this isn't my only channel. I have technically 4. One of them is basically, well, 2 of them are useless now. So I had an original one that was just, you know, my YouTube channel I used back in the day, which gosh, there's some real crunch in that. So I had an old YouTube channel that was just like a personal one that I would use to make videos, which usually, I can't remember my original sort of videos that I would make. Oh yeah, I used to make something like, back in the days of machinima, when it was called machinima, used to do that with like Empire Total War, make some machinima about that, and Spore as well, used to do that. I don't know where any of those are gone. I made a music video once for Empire Total War, like a sad video, and it had like Linkin Park's Namas at the back. It was basically a music video. It was so weird, but those were the early days of YouTube, right? Then when I started university, I picked up doing it more so. Oh, you know, I actually have more than one, more than 4. Oh my gosh, I nearly forgot an entire period of my life. So when I joined uni, I started making more like personal videos, like gaming, and we used to stream all the time. I joined a massive stream community, got put in charge of a team actually. I was in charge of like 30-40 people building a team on Twitch, which and then I just kind of fell out of love with streaming. I didn't really do it again. Not for a while anyway. Yeah, so I stopped streaming that. Most of it was like edited bits of stream I'd put on my YouTube. I used to do like review videos of just like movies or stuff. I had a cinema card that was like unlimited, so I could go and see movies whenever I wanted. That was a 21st birthday present, and I went and used that and made like reviews of video games, mostly movies and TV shows. It was so old that Wonder Woman had only just come out, because I did a review on that and Suicide Squad. So that's what I used to do on that channel, and then recently it's just existed there. I just use it for personal communication on with stuff, and I used to like keep all of the ASMR I watched on there, just because I found it a little bit embarrassing. So I was going to talk about my D&D channel, but I don't think that's relevant. Well, it's not that it's less that it's relevant, and more that it's skipping a whole period of time. So back when I was about 15, I wanted to be in the film industry. Did a lot of like amateur sketches and filmmaking with my friends. We had a channel called Staple Face Productions, and we would make short films and sketches and put it on YouTube. Someone who shall not be named hacked into our account, deleted all the videos. Very, very sad. Deleted everything. Along with two other side channels, which was Staple Vlogs, and another one which was Staple Games. And Staple Games was like a wannabe Yogscast thing where we had all our friends making videos and putting it on the channel, from like Minecraft modded to my friend Tom, who did like Call of Duty and Limbo, and then I did some games, but my PC ran like shit, so it was awful. Basically it was trash, but it was about having fun and doing stuff, you know. I like to have projects that I'm working on. It makes me feel productive, and that's what I was like when I was that young. So that's what that was all about. Staple Vlogs was just like vlogging behind the scenes of our movie making and stuff. And then Staple Face Productions was what we would use as like our filmmaking, and I used that all the way up through my first university when I did media with a friend called Jake, who now works in the industry full time as like a, I don't actually know his official title. He's like a gaffer, but also like does cinematography and stuff. All crispy, shredded beef there. Nice, 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 lovely. Yeah, so he works in the industry now, but all the way through uni we put our like university films on there, and there's still a lot of old stuff there that I like, but yeah, that was what we used to do on that. This is so nice, man. This is so good. So that was those channels. Staple Games has been deleted from YouTube, I think, because it was inactive, which is so sad. I used to prefer putting stuff on there, just they're like memories, you know, stuff you can look back on. was just you and Buddy Actor, where I put all my like showreel stuff. So that was just like a place to dump all my showreel. Otherwise, it's not really useful. Oh, jelly there. And then before this channel was Dirty20, which is my D&D channel that I used to stream games on. Kind of want to get back into doing some more stuff in there, but unfortunately it's unlikely that the campaign we were playing is going to continue. It's unlikely, it's all but certain. So I've taken a big break from that, but I'm hoping to get back into doing something on there because I enjoy streaming D&D, and honestly it's good for my work. But that then brings us up to now, when I made this channel, which I did just because, well, I've been wanting to do some ASMR for a while, but I just never really got the stones to do it. I was living in an accommodation that just made it very difficult to do that. But situations have changed now, so I think it's more plausible. It's got bits of carrot in this. The crispy shredded beef is very nice, and the sauce is lovely. Anyway, now I'm doing it. I have no illusions that I'm going to become as big as some other people. But, like I said earlier on, I like a project to work on. It's something I enjoy. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, so fuck it, why not? So after 10 minutes of answering that question, gonna take a sip. We're gonna move on to the next one. So, next question is, what kind of music do you listen to? I listen to, no, I don't want to be that person that says I listen to all kinds of music. I would say I enjoy the most rock and metal, and that goes from like, I would say, sort of metalcore, screamo, sort of emo music, to, I guess, like softer indie rock, but I prefer more hardcore stuff. That said, oh, I need to stretch. That said, it's time to move up so I don't die from bad posture. That said, I also love country music and British folk. Just love that genre. I like folk and country music. Like sort of like Mumford and Sons, like Dolly Parton. I don't know why. I love country music. There's something about singing about getting out this old town from the old west, grab my 4x4 and truck across the highway. I don't know. I just I kid you, but I just like that music. I guess because it's kind of like rock, but without the hardcore nature. And then I like to 180 and go, I love Disney songs and musicals. I mean, I'm an actor by trade, so Disney songs are kind of a given in this industry, as are musicals. So, you know, there you go. So that's kind of the music I like. If I was going to get really specific, I'd say Poison, Nirvana, Paramore. What else? Well, let's go for something else now. Let's go musical-wise. Like, oh, I'm trying to think of a fucking musical now. Like Rent, for example. Yeah. So, what is my least favourite food to eat? Trying to scroll down. My least favourite food to eat. That's a hard one. My gut instinct is to say mushrooms. Look, alright, I know the mushrooms are like nice, that they're good for you, that they're very useful, but I just don't like them. I wish I did. I look at mushrooms and go, I would love to be that sort of like person that enjoys eating them, but I just can't. I just think they smell horrible. I think they taste gross. Now, if they're cooked into something and I'm not really aware of it, I guess the kind of placebo effect wears off. You know, if I'm not aware, I can't taste it. But if I'm there, if I know that it's in there, I become a bit more aware. Now, I've had bolognese with mushroom in before, and I've been able to eat it without issue. But if it's like on its own, like a full English breakfast with mushrooms on the side, or it genuinely can ruin the whole meal for me because the taste gets everywhere. It's like sand. The next one is, do you have any pets? If so, what do they think about all this? Well, I think these questions, they're designed for people that are actually established. I'm just answering them so I have something to talk about. I don't have any pets. I used to have 2 cats, Charlie and Arthur. Way back in the day. But they died a very long time ago one of them when I was about 5, another when I was about 7 or so. That's, well, that's a lot of years ago for me. I did recently have a new cat. Me and my partner basically adopted a new cat, but unfortunately, he's alive. By the way, he's alive, but he's kind of living back at like her parents' house, because we had him, but yeah, we had to do a big move, and at the moment he's there, but we're hoping that we'll be able to rehome him again with us, but we'll just see how that goes. But otherwise, I don't have any pets. I wish I did. I love cats. I would say I'm a cat person. Now I love dogs, and I also think I'm a dog person. It's hard to distinguish. They're just so different. A dog gives you just like unconditional love and is just so happy to see you all the time, and you can just see it in them. Cats are way more like subtle. But our cat, Luna, the one that we had recently, was just so what's the word I'm looking for? Just so like obsessively attentive, like would want touching all the time. Was super affectionate and very vocal, very vocal all through the night. What's your favourite food to eat? I don't know, honestly. I really love like good sushi. I'd say I like. It's really hard to say, honestly. I think I prefer a lot of like cuisine from like number of countries in Asia rather than like European food. I just think it's better, honestly, and I'm sure there are plenty of people that would agree with that. So I don't think there's anything specific, so I'm just going to say like that sort of cuisine. So we'll move on to the next one. Oh, the next one is absolutely can't stand. Black pudding. Like, I don't want to eat congealed blood, you know, fuck that. I'm half Scottish, right, and I used to have haggis because my birthday falls the day after Burns Night, which is a Scottish holiday, and on that holiday you like have a haggis and, you know, share it, and what I'm trying to say is that despite that, like, I'm pretty sure black pudding is actually like a Scottish cuisine. I mean, I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it is. But that, I just can't deal with. I don't like it. Wow, fucking hell, this is just jumped from like all these nice little subtle questions. Do you have any insecurities? Of course I do. Everyone has insecurities. I'm not about fucking naming them on here though. And breathe them into the real world. Maybe one day when I'm more confident with this whole thing, but right now I expect the only comments I'm going to get, if any, are going to be people commenting about how weird this is. So at the moment there's no way that I am making any kind of comment on any insecurity. Oh shit, I dropped some. Worst advice I've ever received. I was about to say something really bad there. Oh fuck it. I would say probably the university I went to. I don't know, I just kind of wish I'd done something different. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change it because of the people that I've met. And that's how I met my partner. But, no. If I could keep the same people, same sort of experiences, I would do it somewhere else. I'd still like to do the same course, but do it somewhere else. Yeah, I think that might be it. And the reason is advice is because, like, oh, you should come here because it's the best one. That's what I mean. Advised by the staff. Who was / is your biggest inspiration in life, and why do they inspire you so much? Interesting. I'm trying to think if I had any like childhood inspirations that weren't like fictional characters. Now, I think I've been inspired by a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons, like people like, I don't know, like Benedict Cumberbatch. I just think he's an incredible actor. He's just very kind of honest, and I admire that. I would say like Dave Grohl, about like, you know, dealing with some real rough shit and like using that for positivity. But I kind of feel like my heart is going towards the good old Uncle Iroh and his words of wisdom. I genuinely think that half of my raising from a child was done by that man in that anime, and I will die on that hill. Alright, don't even fucking at me. It is an anime. I don't give a shit what you have to say about it. Even Netflix considers it that, so suck on that. What's something that people would be shocked to learn about you? I don't know. What would that be? I feel like I'm pretty open. Not got that much left. should have read this first, right? I think. Okay, I've got something. So, I have found that people that don't like get to know me very quickly after meeting me seem to think I'm like super intimidating or like serious, that I do not joke. But I think I'm one of them goofiest motherfuckers around. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in. Yeah, I think I'm like super weird. But people think I'm like really, really serious. And it's not just like one person that said that to me. Like, I've had 2 different partners in my life that have gone like, when I knew of you before, I just thought you were like super like serious and quite intimidating. I can't think of another word to use other than that. But nah, it ain't like that at all. So I think that fits, right? What's one thing you're looking forward to doing in the near future? I'm assuming that means things that are set in stone. It depends on what you define by near future. At my age, I would say the near future. Something I'm looking forward to in the near future is probably having some kids. You know, don't know if that counts. I think the near future would count, and that, like, I'd love to have some children in the next couple of years. Honestly, I literally am burning for it every day. That sounds so bad. I don't mean it like that. I mean that that's not a good way of saying it, so let's just stop it there. Do you have any regrets that keep you up at night? Oh my god, everyone has that, right? You're about to go to sleep and your brain reminds you of something. Yeah, so many cringe moments. That's what I feel like that question is referring to, like the cringe moments. Nothing really comes to the top of my mind though, but you know, there are always going to be things. Yeah, I was just trying to think if there was anything, but no, I can't think of anything. So, let's move on. Nearly done with the food, having a quick sip because it's very sticky and well, it's not really like spicy, but yeah, it's got a tingly kick. Enough to make you thirsty, I guess. If you could give your younger self advice, what would it have been? Okay, aside from like the obvious of like just don't let people bother you, or you know, this, that or the other, I would say I'm trying to think. I would say to really focus on what it is you want. Work hard at achieving it. I think there was a lot of time when I was younger that I was complacent. And sometimes I wonder now how different my life would be. But I also don't want to live in regret of it, but advice I would give. Let's see, the next one is, what are some of your goals for the future? I would like to make more money with my work. I make a decent amount, but I'd like to make more. I'd also like to start doing more voice acting professionally. I think I'm pretty good at it, if I'm honest. Certainly with weird monsters and creatures, I think I could do that, and I'd like to. And that goes into the next question, which is, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years' time? I see myself with at least one kid, married, and comfortably in my work, self-employed, doing voice acting. And I see myself sat over in LA on the set of Critical Role. I'm manifesting it now. In 5 years, I'm going to be on campaign, what will it be at that point? Probably campaign 5 of Critical Role. I'm telling you now, it's going to happen. Just you watch this space. But yeah, so there are all the questions. I hope they provided some talking. Just thought they were interesting questions to answer. Quite glad I did that. I don't think I've ever really sat down, not for a very long time, and genuinely gone, what are my goals? Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? And if I'm going to end this video off, I just dropped my hair in there, for fuck's sake. Now that I've finished my Chinese, I'm going to end this video off, but before I do, I want to do so with now a little bit of aged wisdom. And that is what I've just realised. Take the time to sit down. Think about what you want. Consider what your goals are. Think about where you want to be in 5, 10, 15 years. And then assign yourself goals that will lead you to those positions and work towards them. Because if you succeed at one of those goals, you're taking a stepping stone to that final place you see yourself. Oh, I need to go before I start burping everywhere. But thank you very much for listening in, if you were listening in.